Good morning, everybody. Juddy of J&J True Outdoor Adventures. We're headed to camp. I'm getting ready to go get Jerod, and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we got to get up there. Basically, it's time to pay on our campsite, but taking shotguns with us, might be doing a little squirrel hunting. So I'm gonna get the truck started and head on over to Jerod's. Done a little introductory on the truck this morning. We were headed to camp.
And there's Dad. We're on our way up to camp. We're going to pay the lot lease. Might do a little bit of squacker hunting. And put up some cameras. Just crossing the New River Gorge Bridge. It's going to be a fun day. Going across the Greenbrier River.
Ooh, it's low.
And it is low.
You don't see it, do you?
Splice that together. Hold on.
Well, here we are at camp. Of course, we're using cell phone to video. We're getting ready to head up on the mountain here soon. Had to do a little repair to the cable that goes across the entrance into the campsite here. And brought up some towels that we'd taken home, and Jerod had Louisa wash, and we're just checking everything out. Been hot here. We noticed a lot of the trees on the mountains when we was coming up are already changing. Some of them are even brown, and that's just because we haven't had any rain. Anthony Creek was almost looks dry. There's pockets of water, but it is really dry around here. We've got an oak. I'll switch the camera around here in a minute. We've got an oak tree here. We was looking to see if there's any nuts on it, and really can't see any nuts on it, but we've seen some on the ground. But we're going to head up the mountain, so we'll know, if there's any mass up there or not. So, but I'll show you where this oak tree is. There's the oak tree right behind my truck. Oh, you really couldn't tell if there was any mass on it or not. But we fixed the cable right there. All campsite looks good. Everything's fine. We're just waiting the buck season come up here. We'll bring up some more firewood. I've already got a walnut tree I had cut down in the front yard. It's already been split. I got a few more logs to split, but we'll have at least a half a truck or a truckload of firewood to bring up. So we need to bring that up before we even come to camp for buck season. And the temperature right now, according to my truck, is about 74 degrees, but it's overcast. I see a little bit of blue sky, but like I said, it's dry here. So got a light breeze blowing right now. So here comes Jerod out of the bus. Yes, he feels better now. He's at camp. And here we go. We're up at camp. Mr. Squirrel Killer himself's ahead of us. Just me and him. Wishing Alvin was here with us. We're gonna go up and set some cameras, do a little squack hunting. For those of you that watch the YouTube channel and don't know what squacks are, That's squirrels. Here in West Virginia, we call them squacks. And it's dry as a bone up here. Meadow Creek coming from Sherwood Lake is bone dry. Here's what the woods look like. It's kind of overcast, but still hot and humid.
I'm sweating like the Clintons did whenever Epstein got arrested. There goes Dad, looking for some squackers. We seen a couple just a little bit ago. Man, there's a lot of leaves on the trees. Look at that. There's a lot of leaves. But we did make a discovery. We've got a friend right here. If I can see where Dad put him. There he is. I almost stepped on him. Right there. A little turtle. Hanging out in the path. We're going to leave him be, though. We're almost in the turn in the bottom of the holler where Big Al hunts. Everything looks different with the leaves on compared to anything that you all may have seen when we're up here in November. Sorry if the camera's shaky. I'm videoing with one hand.
The only thing bad about being in the woods in the late summer is seeing those things. Luckily he's not in our path. Jared's up there. We haven't seen any squirrels.
We have two.
Well, I mean, other than the ones back where we stopped and waited. But we've been taking our time walking up the hill. Been watching the treetops.
It is hot and humid.
It's cooler walking than it is just standing or sitting.
I think once we get out of this holler, we'll start getting a breeze again once
Up
we
on
get
the
up
ridge.
there.
Yeah.
Right here, there's hardly ever any wind that blows right here.
But this is generally the holler that Alvin, Big Al, he hunts. Of course, right now it's all green with leaves and everything, but he sits way up there, and you can see down this hollow, you can see this roadway and up this hillside. So, well, we're almost on top. We're about just a little ways up from where Alvin's sat. Jared's sitting there on the log, watching the treetops. And as you can see, like he's told you and I've told you, there's plenty of leaves on. But there's a light breeze up here, and it feels a lot cooler here than it did down where we was at a little bit ago. I don't know if it's because I'm sitting or what, but
No, we got a breeze. There was no breeze in that holler.
yeah, there's no breeze in the holler. But we're still working our way up. We still got a ways to go.
And here's Dad putting in his second camera. We didn't even think about it. Didn't video me putting out my camera or him putting out his first camera. It's thundering off in the distance. Down here.
Right down that way.
See acorns.
No, I don't see any acorns either.
Besides old stuff,
We've seen a few in the roadway. I bet it's going to be spotty.
which is probably better.
Yeah.
You have mass everywhere and the deer don't move. And it's still kind of early for acorns, but
Well, I mean, we're in oak and some hickory trees, and I don't see any nuts. And then, as I said, coming up the paved road, there's a lot of oaks down there, and when nuts are falling, the road gets stained.
yeah.
Back in 2017, when I shot the 8-point, the first shot missed him. There's where it come through. I was sitting up there. I can't hardly see my bench, but it's right in the middle of the screen. There's some light green leaves in front of it. But he was crossing this flat, and it went in right in there somewhere.
Here.
Yeah, right there. Because he was crossing down that way, and I took the shot, and I just,
It hit right there. You can see the hole.
okay, I just swung a little bit too quick. Of course, he was running after that doe, and I missed him. That's green.
Yeah,
That's
that's
this
this
year.
year's.
But there's not a lot on the ground. Of course, shouldn't be yet. But as dry as it's been, you'd think they would be falling.
They're here.
Yep. Here is the bench. Best idea Jerod come up with. Don't know why it took me 30 some years to realize, hey, let's build a place to sit.
Rather than just sitting on a round log or sitting on the ground. Last year I was just like, I'm sick of the cold ground. I didn't want a round log. So
it gives you some elevation. It keeps you up off the ground.
it's just like sitting in a chair.
My goal is to put me a little end table right there beside it. But there's the ridge. Cameras are set. Come back in maybe a month, because Jerod still has a camera that we haven't got set out yet. He forgot, well, couldn't find it. So before this storm gets here, which I know with this cell phone you can't see the clouds up through the trees, but towards the west of us it's thundering. So we're gonna get down off this mountain. Probably touch back with you when we get to the truck. We're back down where the humidity's at. Sun's out, thunder on towards the west. Clouds heading this way.
The breeze is gone.
Breeze is gone. So we're headed back to the truck. We got our mission accomplished. Got to sit down and look for some squirrels. We seen a couple, or Jerod did, when we first started up. But so many leaves on the trees. And then as hot as it is, I was telling him, making a joke, that if we killed one, we'd have to start a fire up here and go ahead and cook it and eat it because it'd spoil before we got back to the truck. So. Oh, we're back to the truck. Emptied our guns, cased mine already. Jerod's getting all the shot shells out of his pocket. Put them back in the box. We beat the storm. You look up there, you can see how dark it is. But it still doesn't act like it's coming this way. You still hear the thunder way off. So we just have to wait and see. I get all the shells out of my pocket now. We made it back. Didn't see any squirrels coming back down the mountain.
Wasn't really looking.
Wasn't really looking. We just trying to make sure we beat the storm down here.
And it's so humid. This is awful.
Yeah.
And like a lot of guys at work said, the squirrels probably have a bunch of warbles in them right now.
Oh yeah.
We ain't had no frosts or anything.
But that's it from deer camp. Like I said, we got the mission done. We're getting ready to head back to Fayetteville. And by the time I get Jerod's videos and this all put together, it'll be a day or two. This will be out on the channel. Appreciate you watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Jerod, say bye.
Bye.
We'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.